So about 3 days after setting this trap at one of our locations, we got a hive of bees in it, which is really exciting to see the activity is that quick. Last year we did really well at that location, and we actually caught 2 hives out of that location last year, so hopefully we can do really well with that location this year. So the big thing is that we need to get these bees out of this box into their permanent home so we can get this box set back out at the location again, and hopefully we can catch another swarm. So it's been pretty rainy the last few days, and unfortunately you can't really work with bees in the rain. We do have this cover here, however it's not great to have moisture inside your hive, so we had to wait a little while. We had just enough break to move this colony over to this location. So how we move those bees is you actually have to do it in 2 parts. You have to do 1 part during the night and 1 part during the day. The first part of moving a colony of bees has to happen overnight. And the reason why is because the worker bees will actually go inside of the box at night for shelter. And at that time, what we'll do is we'll come up to them and just tape up the opening of that hive. Once we've got that taped up, we're then able to move them without fear of getting a bunch of bees on our vehicles. So once we move them over here, we then wait until around midday of the next day. With this particular case, because it's been raining so much, it took us a little bit longer to get to them. But now that we've had our first clear day, we can now get into them. Now what you want to do is you want to wait until the afternoon. The reason why you want to wait until the afternoon is because a lot of the worker bees will actually come out of the hive, and that just kind of makes the entire process easier. So with this, what we're going to be trying to do is we're going to first be moving them into the new box. But as we go, we're actually going to be trying to look for our queen. And the reason why I want to look for the queen is 1, just to make sure that she's okay. But 2, I actually really like marking our queens because it actually makes splitting and things like that a whole lot easier later on. So before I get started moving into that box, I'm going to make sure that I have the supplies that I need. That is, I've got my marking pin for my queen, and I also have my queen cage. So the queen cage is important because what I want to do is I want to isolate her from the rest of the bees, and that way I can actually put her inside of her, protecting her, and just mark her back just before I let her loose back in the rest of the hive. So I'm going to gently take my first bit of comb out, holding it over the new hive, so I want to make sure that just in case my queen falls, she's going to fall into the box and not onto the ground. Now what I'm doing is I'm diligently just kind of looking over these, and really your queen generally is going to be towards the center frames. However, I'm just really kind of looking through this just to do due diligence, just to make sure that she's not on the outsides. Okay, so I've got a lot of brood in this comb here, so now that's when I know that I really need to pay attention because my queen is likely going to be on a frame with brood. Basically, just the worst game of Where's Waldo is pretty much what you have to play every time you're looking for a queen. Well, fortunately I did not see my queen in there. There's one last place I'm going to look, and that is inside my box. Yep, and there she is. All right, found our queen. She was sneaky the first go around. Her separated, I'm going to go ahead and assemble the rest of the hive. Trying not to kill anybody. I kind of blow all the rest of the bees off. I'm going to give them a little bit of pressure, just to kind of make the other ones want to leave. Now this cage is just big enough that the worker bees can actually escape. However, the queen isn't able to. All right, and we've got her isolated. So now, I'm just gonna very gently touch her with my paint. Right on her back. Just like that. And I'm going to gently place her back inside the colony. And we actually like to put a strap over top of ours, just so that way the wind doesn't knock anything over, or worse, a raccoon. All right, and that is our first, hopefully, of many wild colonies this year.